Getting ready, guys. Getting ready. What do we have here? There's a beat as well. There's a beep. I don't know. Getting ready, guys. Oh, looks like the... Oh, okay. Getting ready, guys. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. You sure you want to do that? You might want to think about it. You sure you want to do that? You might want to think about it. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think we just got a response. Open for business. Thursday, June 18th, 2026 at 11:01 a.m. Okay, community gang stalking. Community gang stalking. Looks like the show is about to begin. The show is about to begin. Children being used for trafficking and distribution and packaging of narcotics. Will continue. The machine, Thomas Cicero Mayor, Larry Dominic, has responded. That's right. You heard the community gang stalking once I approached the window. Okay? So you cannot deny. They're very aware of my location and activities. This is a high-tech surveillance monitor, Army apparatus, tracking signal scanner device. Right next door. And also the bright light harassment. This is military-grade technology. And the bright light harassment continues. Ex-wife is in Mexico. She is making arrangements for her retirement, okay? But for now, we are trying to make a difference here, guys. Get involved. It is worth your time and effort. I'm being attacked electronically since 2003, okay? So you can imagine the traumatic effects on the brain and body. And of course, right before this video, we have the police officers provoke confrontation, working alongside Thomas Cicero officials. There we go. I think I'm hearing stuff. You sure you want to do that? I don't know if that's a good idea. You might want to think about it. Going once, going twice. I don't know. All right, we do have a vehicle that just parked there. And of course, this vehicle passes by from time to time. For some reason, they love being on video. This is pre-organized, of course. We do have an individual that is participating in the game of manipulation daily plan attacks by instruction given to park there as another physical attack in progress. Okay, this is another physical attack. That's the reason the individual is waiting for the command signal to drive away. Okay, we do have the information of the vehicle, but this is instruction given on command signal. Clearly, the individual came from around the corner. And obviously, once I responded, by approaching the window. Another physical attack in the works by Thomas Central officials and our current mayor, Larry Dominic. Police officers in the area, in my case, Sergeant Porter, badge number 2255, right forearm tattoo, waiting, standing by, set up traps, false police reports, arrests, court dates, order of protection, document a history of mental health issue illness once I respond to the game of manipulation, daily plan attacks, and entrapment. The individual has been instructed to just sit there and wait, obviously giving the impression that he is warming up the vehicle as if it's below zero. It's summer, okay? This is nice weather. This individual obviously is under the instruction right next door, 5135 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 6004. That's the reason for the electronic harassment. Well, inside my room, uploading videos, high frequencies, and electromagnetic field waves. Subscribe to Tech Ingredients, YouTube channel, Tech Ingredients. Now, he's simply instructed to move a little backer. See that? Move a little backer. Remember, he is a puppet. He is being instructed to participate. And obviously, he moved the truck a little backer to see if I respond. See that? So this is instruction given on command signal, attacking the victim's psyche, of course. Okay? This is how they're able to manipulate businesses, remain in control, and silence their arbitraries. This is called making sure there's no loose ends. Okay? To avoid any association of wrongdoing by Thomas Cicero officials and our current mayor, Larry Dominic. Open for business. What can I say? All right. All right. I already filled out the paperwork. June 10th, 2026, Wednesday. As far as the misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds, well documented. May 1st, 2026, Friday at 6:17 p.m. and February 27th, 2026, Friday as well at 3 p.m. Okay. And obviously, various scenarios involving Thomas Cicero officials and law enforcement and Department of Public Works and the Building Department and Department of Public Health. Okay, a number of Thomas Cicero officials involved in criminal activity, and of course, the dollar store owner has been instructed to move to 54 in Sumac, a block away, and he passed his business over to a family member to avoid the paper trail, okay? Making sure there's no loose ends. 5130, still no address identification on this resident or a work permit, even though the individuals continue moving items back and forth in a white utility work van, long-range trafficking of narcotics utilizing Hawthorne track race horses on video. Okay? All right, so that's what we got. Any more community gang stalking? You guys feel like, there we go. I told you. There it is right there. See that? So intentions are very clear. They are spending a lot of time and resources on me. Remember, I have responded by covering up the windows as far as the bright light harassment used to manipulate the victims to respond, and of course for documentation purposes to avoid long-term electronic harassment, secondary health issues of radiation levels. Okay, once again, this is their safety net to avoid any association of wrongdoing. You want to get rid of somebody? You attack the brain electronically from any electrical source outlet. Okay? You want to get away with the murder? Well, just follow along how Thomas Cicero officials are giving you a play-by-play textbook how it's done. That's it. Don't forget, we do have our Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart involved in criminal activity. A home visit at 5 a.m. We have my ex-wife statement and my son regarding the visit by a Cook County Sheriff by the name of Tom Dart. We were able to get his image, video, as far as he was being interviewed by I-Team, Channel 7 News, as far as his opinion, to make sure, to see if he can make safer the transit authority, okay? So you can imagine he will be looked at in a different light now, okay? We have a lot of information incriminating Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart, working alongside Thomas Cicero Emergency 911 dispatcher named Anna, unprovoked at 5 a.m., requesting to speak to me. Under duress conditions, I continued sleeping, even though they were knocking on my door, and they were requesting my family members that they needed to speak to me urgently. Obviously, this was a planned attack, and before they left, no evidence or paperwork, they instructed my family members, if Miguel Rodriguez, starts acting in any peculiar way, do not hesitate. Please call 911 immediately. This is called preconditioning the family members to respond, because the family members are very important as far as signing off our legal rights, as far as placing the order of protection, as far as awarding the victim to the State Mental Institute. See how that works? Very important that the family members are on board as far as the daily plan attacks entrapment. The family members, of course, have no idea, okay? That is how I'm able to protect myself. And obviously, we do have more information regarding the daily plan attacks entrapments, okay? This is where the attack took place, very recent, as far as shopping at Aldi's. A show of force, flashing lights, vehicles surrounding me, and a barricade was used as well, as I was returning back, utilizing a shopping cart to carry all these items while returning back from shopping, okay? This is the date, and once again, a show of force and a disregard for public safety and a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds, okay? So there you go. Obviously, I can't go every day shopping, but when I do, I try and buy as much as I can. And we were able to obtain the video footage, frame by frame, as I was being attacked, not physically, but psychologically, okay? Based on psychological warfare books, The Art of War, The 48 Laws, The Centennial, Mind Games. And obviously, you can see the damage to the door that was inflicted because my ex-wife could not come inside, okay? You can see clearly how everything is real quiet back here, but you can see exactly where the attack is coming from right there, okay? There's no denying this is a signed contract with Thomas Cicero officials and our current mayor, Larry Dominic. Brand new frame painted windows, okay? Fresh, as you can see. But the intent behind it is right there, okay? This is organized crime. And I have to use the blender out here because of the high frequencies, okay? Now, look at the damage my ex-wife did because she could not get in because I have a safety latch that I use from time to time to allow me extra time to remove the items from the window, okay? I have to function. I have to wash the dishes. I have to clean the house. I am a public servant, and I am providing detailed information, play-by-play, how this criminal organization is able to manipulate the victims to respond at home. And right here, this is to create family conflict, emotional distress, anxiety, disbelief, mistrust. The same vehicle that you saw in front, Department of Public Health, was deployed several times to capitalize on my ex-wife reaction and response. There you go. Look at how deep these gashes are. Very life-threatening. And this is a solid oak door, okay? It's not hollow. This is a solid oak door. And you can imagine the traumatic effects on the brain and body and from long-term electronic harassment, secondary health issues, or radiation levels. This is the Guardian tool that she used, and we're trying to create awareness here, guys. This is it. History in the making. This criminal organization is panicking. I'm the one that's supposed to be panicking, of course, because I am being attacked electronically and the Brightline harassment. Obviously, all this will be taken down once my ex-wife returns back, and I'm gonna show you how I'm able to carry on normally, even though I take down all these boards and I continue to be attacked electronically. I have been doing this since 2003, okay? So you can imagine the traumatic effects on the brain and body from long-term electronic harassment, secondary health issues of radiation levels. And I'm also able to go outside and feed the birds. We're feeding them from time to time some corn or tortillas, okay? I use the blender for that. But at the same time, I also record as I'm placing some food for the birds. I'm being attacked by Department of Public Health, by police officers on video. So they're constantly waiting to see if they can provoke some type of confrontation. And you guys just witnessed another physical attack. This individual was clearly instructed to park behind the tree. He arrived from all the way in the corner over there, okay? Obviously with some paperwork on hand. He was instructed to simply park there behind the tree. As always, that's the designated area for physical attacks. That's the designated area for physical attacks. Plenty of second character witnesses in the area, okay? That's why it's called State Fraud Mental Health Hospital Inpatient Entrapment. This is another vehicle that has arrived as well. So we do have constant new faces in the area and new vehicles, obviously waiting to see if I respond. And the police officers, we've been attacked early this morning so far a couple of times, working alongside the Department of Public Health and the building inspector and other Department of Public Works as well. You saw the tree trimmer passing by. It is being instructed to pass by each time I approach the window to attack the victim's psyche, of course. So all on board as far as social acting, very big part of State Fraud Mental Health Hospital Inpatient Entrapment. All right, looking forward to another day of surveillance. Obviously, the pressure is on, okay? Remember, they're trying to stop the surveillance, and the first thing they need to do is get me out the way. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. All right, please share information. This is vital information. Sure, you may be safe at work because you have surveillance cameras and you have your coworkers, but once you arrive home, unless you have surveillance cameras, unless you have security, sooner or later, you will go through the same circumstances I am. And the consequences are very severe under doctor's care, of course. The attacks are measured with a scale called social acting equals reaction response that measures the victim's emotional disturbance state of mind. So depending how you react, say they're constantly shocking your brain, and they were able to manipulate you to look outside the window, as they always do while inside my room uploading videos. Surprise advantage, once I approached the window, sure enough, the physical attack was planned once again, and the Department of Public Health was on board as a second character witness. See that? So we have a Thomas Cicero official as a second character witness, just in case this physical attack were to happen, okay? So there you go. So we do have a physical attack in the same time frame as the Department of Public Health, a Thomas Cicero official involved in criminal activity of this sort, guys. This is history in the making. Pre-planned attack. And obviously that's the reason why the electronic harassment is so effective. But secondary health issues are radiation levels, of course. And they have a backup for that. For documentation purposes of mental health issue illness, once the victim is arrested by law enforcement, obviously the police officers are hiding and waiting to see if I respond to the physical attack. And of course, the Town of Cicero official, Department of Public Health, is a second character witness, okay, to make sure that the paperwork and there's no loose ends, okay? That's the reason why we got the mob, okay? Making sure when people disappear, there's no loose ends. And the Martinez family have been instructed, we do have the lights on. We do have the lights on our vehicle over there. So pay close attention to that. The lights are on. Now, the reason the lights are on that vehicle in broad daylight, and you can see the sun, is because this individual right here is making, there we go. There's a police officer once again. Okay, so we have more police officers in the area, and they're constantly, this is pretty much a parade by now. Okay, now, pay close attention to the police officers, and this is another reason why June 10th, 2026, Wednesday, I filed a petition with a tax preparer, a disregard for public safety, and a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds. Here we go. So they're going to be making a turn, and they're just going around in circles, circling my resident. Okay? Remember, attacking the victim's psyche and the electronic harassment. And we also have a van with the lights on as well. And this is shortly after a physical attack with a Town of Cicero official, Department of Public Health, as a second character witness. The individual continues waiting for the light, and obviously, this is our tax dollars, guys. This is our tax dollars. Remember, Town of Cicero officials have declared me public enemy number one for this specific reason. Now, another reason for the police officer in the area is because there's a narcotic operation pickup taking place right now with that white utility work van right there. Okay, there we go. So he has been instructed. He has been caught on video. There we go. He has been caught, and that's the information right there. There we go. So if that individual was instructed to drive away because we were able to capture what he was up to. The lights is a clear indication to law enforcement for safe passage of narcotics. Once again, the reason for the lights being turned on during broad daylight is for safe passage of narcotics. That's another reason for the police officers present here. And obviously, we all know the game plan. Okay? Are we done here, guys? Going once, going twice, we can do this all day. We can do this all day. You wanted my attention? You got it, baby. All right, guys, here we go. Once again, a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds. And once again, this is a clear indication why Town of Cicero officials should be held accountable regarding Morton High School student at 17 years old, gunned down, and condolences to the family. We're trying to shed light. That did not have to happen. Just a few feet from Morton High School, okay? The young teen was gunned down for no reason. For no reason. And obviously, Town of Cicero officials should be held accountable based on their actions and their response toward me, okay? This is not right, okay? That's the reason why I did contact the general inspector, okay? I contacted the state general inspector, and I contacted the Department of Sexual Harassment, and I contacted the DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, Chicago and Dearborn, Illinois. There's a lot going on here, guys. Remember, Town of Cicero is being protected by Cook County Sheriff. There's Carlos. Carlos has been deployed. Here we go. Carlos has been deployed, but he forgot his keys. That's how quickly they move. Remember, they're trying to manipulate me to stop talking. And Carlos just forgot his keys and he ran back in. That's how quickly they respond on command signal. Okay, so we're waiting for Carlos to carry on. Oh, looks like he's been instructed to just stay inside for now. Let's see if he's going to carry on. There we go. There we go. He's moving. He's moving. Okay, he had no other alternative than to go through the social acting. Obviously, Carlos is a good friend of mine, him and Letty. I used to go there, but we have them on video, guys. Heavy narcotics are being, well, let's just say, open for business. Thomas Cicero Mayor, maybe Dominic, the machine. Small businesses involved in criminal activity, just says that. All right, Carlos is waiting for the command signal. Obviously, he is warming up the vehicle as if it's below zero outside. This is beautiful weather, guys. So, this is just, there we go. He is using a different vehicle now, okay? So, I'm preconditioned to the white vehicle, not this one. That is his wife's vehicle right there, okay? That's his wife Letty's vehicle. And he is making periodic deliveries of narcotics as well. Okay, so Carlos, good friend of mine, good people, but he's involved in criminal activity, guys. What can I say? That's what I said. All right, that's it. We got what we needed. And another year of surveillance, guys. What can I say? This is organized crime. And this is the reason why I'm still here. This is the reason right here. Trying to make a difference, guys. Get involved. 11:26 a.m., June 18th, 2026, Thursday. What can I say? Another physical attack in the works, and we have the police officer and the Department of Public Health on board. And the Department of Public Works. Department of Public Works, as far as the tree trimming, and Department of Public Health, that white vehicle, and we have the building inspector as well, okay? The building inspector. Anything else? Okay, that's it. We got another one. We could do this all day. All day, guys. 11:26 a.m., June 18th, 2026, Thursday. We are focused. What can you do for now? Well, you can follow these individuals and find out the drop-off location. And you can also leave your recording devices behind inside a bag and come back for them, retrieve them later. You can do a little social acting of your own. These police officers, obviously, public meetings can be recorded in public view. Okay? You can leave your recording devices, and as they carry on, discussing their daily plan attacks as far as other victims that we might not know about. I'm not the only victim here, guys. Remember, State Fraud Mental Health Hospital inpatient entrapment is a big business, guys, okay? These individuals are making bank, okay? I'm the only known survivor of this type of criminal activity. That's why they're spending a lot of money. I estimate over $1 million based on May 1st, 2026, Friday, at 6:17 p.m. and February 27th, 2026, Friday as well at 3 p.m. So just think about it. I'm a pretty hard target, okay? But anything happens to me, it will bring more credibility to our social media platform, guys. This is it. This is the truth. I might not be here to enjoy the fruits of my labor, but I will leave behind a legacy of well-documented how this criminal organization is able to manipulate businesses, remain in control, and silence their arbitraries. Silent, incoherent victims from any electrical source outlet, okay? A military... Oh, here we go again. Told you. Here we go again. He covered his face. He covered his face once again. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Now, why are the police officers so involved here? Why are they circling around? Well, this is attacking the victim's psyche. Remember, I have responded by covering up other windows, okay? And for safe passage of narcotics. We did view a white utility work van with the lights on. The lights on is a clear indication of safe passage, and the police officers, that's another reason why they're here, okay? A lot of trap houses in the area. These are pretty similar to a chemist lab, and that's the reason Grandma at 5130 was in the hospital. If you're not wearing the right gear and face mask, obviously that's what happened to Grandma, and she ended up in the hospital, okay? The Candyman, everyone has been deployed, including the Martinez family, and we have another police officer arriving at this time. So again, the attacks continue, and obviously this is the reason for the electronic harassment, to see if I respond. The electronic harassment, constant shock treatment to the brain, to provoke movement, reaction, response. Once again, to provoke movement, reaction, response, yelling, running out of control, kicking, screaming, public outbursts. The same scenario occurred while shopping at Aldi's, okay? Same scenario, and obviously the same scenario continues at the house, and the consequences are very severe under doctor's care. The same scenario will continue within the hospital room setting. The same scenario will continue in a state mental institute once the victim's family members respond by awarding the victim to the state mental institute, okay? And the consequences are very severe there, okay? The final faith. That's it. Kaput, forget about it. All right, that's it, guys. Organized crime family process. This is history in the making. I am excited. I know organized crime is talking right now. Why is he so excited about if he's gonna die? I'm willing to take the sacrifice, guys, okay? I'm willing to take the bullet because I care. I want to make a difference. And obviously, I believe this federal case is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting how they're able to carry on. And remember, he just got real quiet. They're listening to me. All right, that's it. I'm not going to talk too much. Any more police officers before I turn off the camera? Are we done here? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Moving on, guys. Get involved, guys. It is worth your time and effort. Behind Enemy Lines. This would be a great movie plot. A great movie plot. Thomas Cicero Mayor, David Dominic, once again, responding with a show of force. What can I say? A disregard for public safety and a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds. Don't forget, please contact Internal Revenue Services January 8th, 2025. I filled a petition with a tax preparer, tax evasion regarding 5132 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60204. And Nello Greco is the main proprietor, and his nephew, Anthony J. Loader, was caught on video overlooking this resident, 5130 Trap House, a couple of times already on video, and actually pointing at the second floor of 5132, okay? Obviously overlooking the operations, okay? And personal, in-person messages being given. Nello Greco's twin brother, Benny Greco, I have not seen him around for quite some time. So I'm not sure what happened to him. But now Anthony J. Loader, his nephew, is going around passing on in-person messages. And that's the reason for the police officers in the area to make sure this narcotic operation is undisturbed. Okay? And now we got Carlos driving a different vehicle to avoid filming the trafficking and delivering of narcotics from the protein shake business as well. We were able to capture Carlos switching vehicles now to be more discreet. How about that? All right. That's it, guys. I don't want to talk too much. That's it, guys. Okay. 11:34 a.m., June 18th, 2026, Thursday. I am excited. Get on board, guys. It's worth your time and effort, I'm telling you.